Let me guess, you've tried it all. You've tried putting your alarm across the room, but you just get up, turn it off, and go back to sleep. You've tried downloading an expensive app that makes you solve math problems, but you just delete the app entirely whenever that alarm goes off. You've tried biohacks like early morning light exposure and blue light glasses, but they don't seem to help your awake brain want to show up to work each morning. I've been there, but I also happen to have a PhD focused on behavior change and mindset, which means I know a key ingredient those strategies are missing that might be a game changer for your morning experience. I'm Karin, by the way, former night owl turned 5 a.m.er, self-help superfan, and CEO here at Body Brain Alliance, where we've helped literally hundreds of clients create the morning experience they've always dreamed of. The truth of the matter is this: your behavior will always revert back to the same exact patterns it started with unless you actually focus on changing your thoughts. If you're watching this, you're familiar with what a habit is. You probably know that it has a cue, a routine, and a reward. When you get in the car, you buckle your seatbelt. It's automatic and mindless. But did you know that we also have cognitive habits? Cognitive habits work very similarly to tangible habits. There's a cue, something in our environment pings our attention. Our brain then goes through a routine. But whereas in the typical definition of habit, the routine is a behavior, in a cognitive habit, the routine is a thought. Let's apply this to your morning routine. Your alarm goes off, that's the cue, and the automatic unconscious thoughts start rolling in. I'm too tired. I don't want to get up. I need 5 more minutes. I'll just sleep a little longer. Sound familiar? If so, congratulations. You just actually took the first step towards fighting those cognitive habits by recognizing that those statements popping up in your head, well, they're not necessarily true. This process is known as cognitive diffusion. Cognitive diffusion happens when we stop treating every thought that runs through our mind as reality and we start treating them as what they are: thoughts. Or in this case, automatic parroted responses that your brain has learned to squawk every time it hears the alarm. Remember those strategies that we talked about in the beginning? The fancy alarms, the putting your phone across the room? Those are actually useful tools, but not because they'll automatically make you get up. They're useful for one purpose and one purpose only: giving you time to enter into that cognitive diffusion process. It's essentially like opening a discussion in your brain. So yes, you should keep your phone plugged in across the room, but on your way across that room to turn it off, you're going to do a couple things differently. You're going to listen in to your mental monologue and start identifying exactly what automatic sentences are floating rampant in your brain. You're going to question those sentences. You're going to ask yourself, is that actually true? Do I really have 5 more minutes? Will this decision actually make me happy? And finally, you're going to provide a rebuttal. Imagine that your sleepy brain is the prosecutor in a courtroom, and you, my friend, are the aggressive defense. Why is the argument that you should go back to sleep false? What arguments are there why you should get up? I can see you nodding along like, whoa, this is going to be a game changer. Yes, it is. Let me be direct with you. The majority of morning education courses, books, etc. that exist out there, they don't take into account your mindset or really any type of change psychology. That's why they don't work for you. The tips are fine, but they don't actually tell you how to manage your mind in a way that helps you implement the tactics they teach. That's why I created our Meaningful Mornings mini course. This is a super cheap $29 course that takes you through 5 psychology-based lessons to create the motivated morning experience you've always dreamed of. Whether you're a BBA channel superfan and you've watched every single video, or this is the first one you've actually stumbled across, I highly recommend checking that course out. I'll link the course info page in the description box in case you want to learn more. In the meantime, here's exactly what you're going to do tonight. You're going to leave a comment right now telling me what time you're committing to getting up. Tonight, you're going to set an alarm for that time and place it all the way across the room. Before you go to bed, you're going to make a list of the habitual thoughts your brain usually throws your way, and you're going to write a rebuttal for every single one of them. Boom. There you have it. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try this out. And if you need more free morning education, make sure you check out this video on how to wake up early, where I talk more about the behavioral and tangible side of getting your butt out of bed. Good luck, and I can't wait to hear how it goes.